Big opportunity for the Australians. There it is, the Matildas are through to the knockout phase. Australia's national women's team, the Matildas, have waltzed into the World Cup quarterfinals. A huge moment for Australian football.
That's what we do. We're Australian and we fight to the bitter end.
The longest day at the office so far, let me tell you.
Once that whistle goes and you're out there and you're playing for your country, nothing else matters. For me, I don't know when my last game is going to be, so every time I take the field, I play it like it is my last game.
World Cup is a footballer's dream. You don't get World Cups every year, you don't get it every day. It's every 4 years and you're very fortunate to be there. You've got to be a top country to be even a contender.
I was selected for the team in 2004. I was 16 years old. You just want to do what you can and do your thing on the ball.
I guess from a striker's point of view, it's the goals, scoring a goal. There's no other satisfaction, yeah.
Everyone's got that same passion for the game and the same kind of, I don't know, it's that soccer chick kind of way about life.
I'm confident, I'm positive right now, and that's most important because when I feel like this, I feel like no one can stop me.
Wonka has given Korea a 2-goal victory here. The Matilda's Olympic dream is shattered. This loss is a major setback for Australia in the lead-up to their World Cup preparations.
Be proud, girls. Done a great job.
We'll prove a fucking point at the World Cup now, girls. We'll prove a point, yeah? Stick together. We've got nothing to be ashamed of. We played like Australians out there today. We kept going to the last second, all right?
You never know when you're going to win and when you're going to lose games, okay? What we need to do now is get ourselves a physical preparation, a football preparation, ready now for the World Cup. Let's get going and let's get on to the next thing.
Everyone's dreams had been shattered. Everyone was alone out there on the field with their own thoughts and their own feelings, so I just got everyone together and, you know, we've been through so much and we'll get through it and we'll be looking towards the World Cup.
At the moment, I'm training and doing different things, trying to make my game, you know, the best I can. And I know there's a lot I need to work on, so at the moment, that's what I'm spending most of my time doing.
Not everything sort of goes the way you plan. Obviously, when you lose matches and, you just have bad days. But that's life, really. So you just got to expect that. And no matter how you kind of deal with it is how you'll come out of it and how you'll learn from the mistake you made or how you'll learn from the game you lost or whatever. So.
Let's go. Good one. Good.
I had to stop myself from, you know, really blowing up at people and saying, what would you know? You don't know anything about what I'm going through. And the only thing that really pulled me back was having a session with the male team that I play for in Victoria. And for the first time I was allowed to train with the seniors, with the men's, on the good pitch and, you know, under the good lights. And it just made me feel special again and that I've got bigger things to worry about, like the World Cup coming up, and it really pulled me out of the depths of depression, I think.
She's such an assured goalkeeper. She's a confident character. She's well respected within the team. She's kind of a kind of person that goes across all the groups and gets on well with everybody and is trusted by everybody.
Keep him in front, let's fucking punish him. Let's go, huh? Strong, get in and unstep.
Because she won't get home till 9:30 at night, so I mean I'm home at 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, so I can't sit around for 2 hours waiting for her to come home to cook, so it's either that or I starve, so I just cook, it's easier. And if I'm working Saturday, I won't get a chance to go to the game because it's just too much for me. We just got so much stuff on.
But you still made that decision to get married then?
Yeah. Well, you know, when it's love, you take everything that comes with that. So, I mean, really, it's not that big a deal if she's not around. I mean, just make the most of the times when she is. It's not like she's out cheating on me. If she's lucky.
No, yeah. I'm not out at nightclubs dancing with my friends, that's for sure. I wish I was sometimes.
I know she's out doing something that she loves, so, and I'm doing something that I love, like sleeping. So everybody wins. I think the family's on hold, but you know, that's cool. Because I mean, well, you can have kids for the rest of your life, but she's not going to have the opportunity to play soccer for the rest of her life, so we've got 2 dogs anyway, so they keep me company.
I play with the men because it's, you know, it's international standard pace. I think I'm the first woman to play professionally in Australia. Basically, they've got testosterone, so they're better, they're quicker, and they're more powerful, so I'll get more shots in a game.
I hate it. I hate watching her play. Because if she gets hurt, or if someone takes her out, you know, I get all defensive. I know I shouldn't, but, you know, it's just the way it is. And I've got to put up with people in the crowd going, oh, there's a woman playing. Get her in the kitchen. I'm like, yeah, get her in the kitchen. Go, babe. So, I mean, it is hard. You know, sometimes you really got to bite your lip, but just depends how many people you're up against, I suppose. But, I mean, she's always going to get that. And there's nothing wrong with her playing in the men's league. I mean, I don't know what they're so afraid of.
Good stuff, mate.
We are under the radar compared to the men's game. But I think that's the same in any sport. You know, we're amateur players, whereas some of the Socceroos are multi-millionaires. So it's probably going to stay below the radar. What I think we should be focused on in a football sense, in a development sense, and through our federation, is that women's football is the growth sport, the growth women's sport in this country by a huge margin.
Good passing, girls. 10, 11, quick.
If it's resourced properly, we can make enormous strides in the game and actually make it the #1 participation game, really emphasise it in women's sport. It is the only world game.
You're always, you know, under the eye, and you know, Tom and I have a few discussions. How much notice he takes of me, I'm not too sure. But there's things that I definitely see out on the park, and the things that I hear, and bits of communication, you know, that I can hear that he doesn't out on the field. So it's obviously, you know, important that he does talk to me.
Cheryl's probably the foundation that the team's built around. You know, she's just got such a presence about her, and an intimidating presence, particularly to opposition players.
First World Cup was '95, so this will be my 4th World Cup. It's a good 15 years that I've been playing for, you know, and I've seen so many things change over that time. We've been through so many different coaches and players. Almost where you could lean over and touch them, sort of thing. You know, these young girls coming through, some of them are, you know, far more advanced than what I was at the same age, and they do come to me and they ask me questions and they ask me about their game, but you still need to be close.
Okay. It's a really big thing for me to be performing over the next couple of days, which certainly makes you nervous, but I think if you don't play with nerves, then you probably wouldn't perform as well as you could anyway. I'm doing all right for now. I'm a 19-year-old, I still live at home, so I'm definitely, it's not really the same situation most of the older girls are in.
Sally is an essential part of our team. She has energy, off the field, on the field. Whether she's playing well or playing poorly, she always does things to impact the game.
Well, Mum and Dad have been assertive with the whole school and sport thing, like just balancing it out. And ever since I was young, and for my brothers as well, like it's like school's one of your main priorities.
Well, the only thing we've always been able to say to her is that the problem with a sporting career, you're one good injury from the end of it, and that's probably been the reason for her to maintain some sort of balance in the rest of her life.
I've really got used to travelling with a separate suitcase full of books, especially in 2005 when I was completing my HSC over in America, which was pretty cool. It was a very big trip, that one. The best probably experience I had while completing my exams was on the plane flight from LA to Sydney. I was doing my maths exam in Tommy's business class seat, so that was pretty cool in style.
This time last year before the Asian Cup, there was a real edge to the team. That edge, and it sometimes happens, and the team has kind of gone off the boil ever so slightly. So I think the training's competitive. I think players are working very hard. I think everybody there is holding their own. But we just need to really get that edge back. We're probably lucky we're playing the youth team. It'd be 4 or 5-0 by now. That defended shit, by the way, at the back. If that's the tempo that we're going to play at, we're wasting our time. We're too busy trying to fiddle and fanny and fart ass about, hitting passes, that then it breaks down, it's oh. And suddenly, bushka, the ball's down the other end.
Everything's soccer, football at the moment. And I mean, just even family time. I live at home and I hardly see my family.
She works hard. She's up at 5 in the morning. She's got to go to the gym, and then she's got to go to work, and then she goes from work to the game.
I hope so, or I might just 2 bags and chuck one out.
Probably 10 more minutes and then we'll carve it up. We're actually going. Keith's not a real traveller and he's getting himself psyched up and he's going to China. Yes, I've just said how you didn't really want to go, but you're going. You're forcing yourself to go because Sarah wants you to go and you want to be there.
Sarah said it, so I thought, I'll go.
What did Sarah say?
I'd really like you there, Dad, so I said, oh, okay.
So it's a big thing for him.
Where's potatoes?
You know, it wakes me, the door out to the laundry.
Clint was playing, he's 7, and then when there was time that she could play of age, she wanted to play, and, because she just stood out from day one.
Hi, Sarah! Go with in front of you! Go, Sarah!
I always knew what I wanted, and I mean, I did have a few setbacks, and there were times where I just thought, oh, no more. I did have a year off, and then kind of that year off helped me decide that it's what I really wanted. I missed it a lot, so I come back to it.
Sarah gets into goal-scoring positions, creates chances, scores goals, and she will cause some major headaches, I think, for defences in this World Cup.
So you're calling ped socks 6 pairs?
Ped socks,
Right,
6 pairs. I've got 5.
So if you said ped socks, I would have marked it off, yeah?
Well, I thought you'd use your brain and actually... Gosh. Psychologically, the first game's the most important. Just, stamping your authority in the group. If you start with a loss, I don't know, it probably gives the other team a bit of confidence. But if you start with a win, you put fear through the hearts of the other teams.
I think if we can win that first game against Ghana, they've been our downfall at the last 2 World Cups. We've had a draw and a loss against them, and they're definitely a team that we can beat. We've always, I think, gone in with lower expectations of how they can play. So I think this time round we'll definitely go in knowing that we've got to work so hard to beat them. You know, we've only won one game in a major tournament. That was the 2004 Olympics.
I like to kick back in between. It's something that I've done even when I've played professionally overseas. You know, you put everything into each training session and each game, and then the bits in between, you need your downtime. You need not to think about football, and you need to just go and have some fun and just be a kid, or, you know, even when you're 33, you can still go out and just be a kid and have fun.
Together looking, and not just in good health, but looking sort of fairly sharp and match fit. So hopefully we can take that into the game tomorrow night.
Feels good. It was just a light session. It was good to be out there kicking the ball around.
It's when I walk out, you know, even in the change room before the game, I'm pretty calm. It's when we walk out and that FIFA anthem starts as you walk out. That's when I start to feel the excitement.
My alarm went off because I had it on for 8. It's still on Sydney time instead of 10. Anyway, so I'm up at 6 in the morning. I got the shower on. I'm like, hang on. Went back and looked at this, and I'm like, 6 o'clock.
Sarah, she's a little bit nervous this morning, but she's looking forward to the game.
It'd be really good for him to have a win, coming off a loss from North Korea against, you know, for the Olympic qualifier. But so it would be good for him to win this game.
We've seen a bit of Ghana, but we haven't seen them in the same depth as we've seen most other teams. We don't just make life easy for them. That level of concentration has to be 100% for 90 minutes, 100% for 100% of the game. There can be no shortcuts.
Tom Sermanni looking on from the stands, all wide up for sound, with his assistant Robbie Hooker at ground level. Excellent ball played in behind the defence. On the break is Sarah Walsh. Here's an opportunity for Australia. Shot wide.
Walsh is too far away. Walsh needs to get closer.
On the break once more, Walsh. They've been a handful in the first half.
Oh, give us a break.
Third corridor down the right. Australia have the numbers. That's a lovely ball slid into Sarah Walsh. Wonderful save by Sulemana. Early ball played in. The touch on for Sarah Walsh. Can she break her duck? She can! There's a goal for Australia. Sarah Walsh has scored her 24th international goal. It's 1-0 to the Matildas at half-time.
Okay, we'll see how they are. But yeah, Lisa, get warmed up. We got to make sure we refuel and we get ready to go for 45. It's a tough game out there. If we get one more goal, though, if we get another goal, we'll finish them off. And we're bringing Lisa on in the second half. When we played that first 20 minutes, we fucking slaughtered them. So let's get back. Hey, let's get back to playing.
Studs up on Joe Peters, a dangerous challenge there. Great opportunity for Australia. Sarah Walsh 1-on-1, squares it well. Lisa De Vanna in. It's 2-0. And Australia have the cushion they're looking for. Lisa De Vanna has claimed her 14th international goal. It's Australia 2, Ghana 0. A cramp or something worse there for Joe Peters. Let's hope it's nothing more serious for the star midfielder for Australia. Cullen with an excellent first touch. Lovely change of direction too. Dialigic. Good centre. In for Heather Garriock. And the header's on target. It's 3-0 to the Matildas. Garriock scores a sweet goal. Here's a great chance for Bayor. And Ghana have a reply. A wonderful finish.
Tell them to start keeping the ball.
Possession given up, and De Vanna is in. Here's an opportunity, a vacant goal, and it's 4-1. Lisa De Vanna has scored twice in the second half since coming off the bench in what's been a brilliant virtuoso display. A long-range bullet fired in. Barbieri, what a save. Cheryl Salisbury in, and that is a crude challenge. The Australian captain could see red here. He's very fortunate just to receive yellow. And the full-time whistle has been blown. It's a comprehensive victory to the Matildas.
The 4-1 victory over Ghana, their first ever in 10 attempts at a World Cup.
It was an historic occasion for Australia's national women's team at the World Cup last night, scoring a big win over Ghana.
Experience kind of told me that my knee, I'd done enough, and I knew that the next girl would come on and do a good a job, if not better, than what I could have continued to contribute. So most likely that I'll miss the Norway game and be back for the Canadian game.
I just got a knock on my foot in the game yesterday. Was sore for the majority of the game, and then just took my boot off and got a bit of a shock after. Just completely black. I got it x-rayed this morning. Just got crunched across here, and now the bruising's kind of spreading. But he reckons I'm pretty lucky girl today that it wasn't broken or anything. So now I just got to ice it every hour and elevate it. So no training and no game against Norway. Yeah.
Poor Sal, I just really felt for her because, this is obviously her first World Cup, and but I know that she'll play again, and she'll play a big part in this tournament. She's a tough kid.
I was certainly pleased with the outcome after last night. I mean, I think all the news stories back home are about, us finally getting a win after 10 games, the longest serving record of never having won a game at a World Cup. So it's good to finally have that over and done with. Even though a lot of these girls sort of didn't realise, how much was really attached to that game in winning it, because they haven't been part of it all. I think I'm the only one that's been part of every one of those losses and draws that we've had.
It's probably much more significant to Cheryl, who's been there in 4 World Cups ago and has been waiting to get this win, than it was for, say, Sally or Claire or the younger players who it's the first World Cup and they're just excited to be here.
The first goal was it was emotional. It's for the first time I've ever run up to the halfway line and kind of celebrated with the strikers.
So we're making 6 changes to the starting lineup, and just a slightly different formation. So hopefully we'll go into the game a lot fresher than Norway. Sally's toe is a lot better, so she'll probably come on the bench tonight. And I think we probably dodged a bullet there. We thought it was broken. And Joy Peters has still got a bit of inflammation in her knee, so she's actually training at the moment. won't be under consideration for tonight.
I think they played very well.
I think China and Australia will meet in the final, in the last in Shanghai.
The key thing for us at the moment is that we look a dangerous team. We look like a team that can create chances, that can score goals. We're a team at the moment where the players, in essence, are making good choices when they've got options, and that sort of bodes well for the next games.
I call it soccer. I'm from Mascot, grew up on rugby league, following South Sydney. So footy to me is the other footy. So to be following soccer, especially the girls, I like to watch the girls play soccer because they play, you know, they don't roll around holding their legs injured like the men, and that's really hard for people who watch rugby league to then come and watch men carry on like sissies. So that's probably why I like the girls' soccer.
I think tonight's game for Australia could be very, very interesting because Australia are effectively putting out a weakened side, and they think it's not a really winnable game, especially with two key players injured. Joey Peters is a real miss for the Matildas. This could be a big win for Norway tonight.
We cannot afford to be static at this level, okay? You need to have your level of concentration for 90 minutes. That's what makes a difference. Okay? And finally, you know, we talked, well, there's two things. First of all, we talked about not being one-game wonders. Okay? Everybody ready? And the final thing is it's Bab's 50th cap today. So
Right, we're just going to keep the stuff together. Don't cave on clearances. Get good contact with the ball. Right? Seeing a lot of errors, goals come from errors. So let's keep it nice and composed across the back, even when we're clearing balls in desperation. Let's go, girls. 0 shutout today.
Positive move here for Norway. Lovely ball played in. An opportunity, it's 1-0. The Norwegians have scored in the first 5 minutes of play. A prize open the Australian defence. Heartbreak for the Matildas. A wonderful Maisie run. One touch out of the feet and fired across Barbieri's goal. Tom Sermanni's worst fears have just been realised. Joe Burgess makes a good run. And momentarily the Norwegian defence caught napping. And Joe Burgess almost lobbed Bente Nordby there. You just sense the momentum has swung a little bit, the pendulum towards the Matildas. And the Garriock on the angle, what a shot, testing Nordby at a near post. And there it is, half-time. The whistle has blown, and for Australia, perhaps relief, because Norway started at a rate of knots.
have the confidence to play. Confidence to play, and if it breaks down, back in quickly, play again. We are so this far off being right back in the game. We've given an early goal away, and then since then, it's been nip and tuck. So we've got a chance now to get a second win, but let's get out there and let's start matching them and having a belief in our play. If we can do that, then we're right in this game.
Here she is through the middle. Great opportunity, defensive lapse. Lisa Devada, can she equalise? No, she can't. And Salisbury wins another telling header. Here's Munoz through the middle. Lovely ball slipped in the path of Devada, going one way then the other. Lisa Devada! What a finish! Australia have equalised! Devada's got her third World Cup goal. And after dominating in the second half against Ghana, she stamps the mark against Norway here. It finishes 1-1 and Australia still alive in the World Cup finals.
I think we could have probably got a couple more, to be honest, and we look dangerous, so really happy. Except for the eye. My modelling career is now over. I'm a bit tired. Humidity's on. Tough game. Result.
It was tough, it was emotional, it was rollercoaster-like. And what's really significant is that, Norway are number 3 in the world. And I think we showed tonight how close we are to that kind of level, because I think we more than held our own.
Yeah, it's good though. It's good feelings. It's what it's all about. Nothing beats this feeling. But hey, a draw's better than a loss. And again, Lisa and Sarah came on after the other girls had worn them out up front and just terrorised them. I don't think anyone can control those two up front.
Tommy's a tactical genius. So, to bring those 3 strikers on, Caitlin, Sarah, and of course Lisa, the mighty midgets, it was a great masterstroke.
It doesn't sound right, they just cut it out.
Yeah.
Promise?
I promise you.
Don't make me sound stupid.
How do you feel?
I'm a bit shaked up a little bit. I'm a bit, scoring the goals got me against the top teams, got me really shaken up a little bit. I'm still shaking. Don't know what's just happened. It's just the biggest adrenaline rush.
At the Women's World Cup in China, Australia needs just a draw in its final group game against Canada to clinch a place in the quarter-finals. Half-time substitute Lisa Devanna scored her 3rd goal in 2 matches to secure a draw against Norway last night.
I don't realise how fast I am till I actually see it on camera. Like, when I was watching it, I was thinking, oh shit, I must be pretty quick, because I usually panic when I'm past everybody, because to me I can hear them breathing from behind and I'm thinking, oh, they're right behind me. But when you watch the footage and everyone tells me they're just gone, they're not nowhere near. So I have to slow down that composure towards the end. But yeah, I don't change the style. I haven't done anything to run quick. I'm just blessed to run quicker, and that's about it. Yeah.
In history of the team, that Lisa's always enjoyed coming on at half-time or coming on later in the game. She's now sort of beginning to mature as a player and would be able to start the game and probably be able to complete a game or at least 60 or 70 minutes. It's just at the moment with the personnel we've got, she makes a really effective substitute coming on in the game when teams are a little bit tired, and her pace is really a great weapon for us.
These girls are my blood, my green and gold army. We're a good knit of girls. I just love them. They're all my sisters. It's amazing how we can coordinate a shopping trip.
It's sick. How much?
Way, it's fake.
Why do you do that? No. Why do you do that? No. Real priority.
I've been able to give it a good, 6 days rest since the first game, so it's feeling really good. I can't expect it to be any better, and I just feel really strong. I've gone in really hard in the last few training sessions, so I think it'll hold up well for the full 90. I haven't played a full game for a while.
want us just to go out to qualify for the quarterfinals. I want us to go out to win the group, okay? So good luck, make the most of it, and let's see if we can get the result.
A draw or a win would see the Australians go through. An early chance here for Canada, and it's 1-0. Would you believe it? Melissa Tancredi has scored, and the Australians stunned inside a couple of minutes at Chengdu. Sarah Walsh through, and she takes the shot, and it's deflected onto the upright. Just a fingertip deflection, and it's done enough. From the corner, Colette McCullum. Oh, and she goes ever so close.
We're going to bring Lisa on. You ready? Yeah.
Bit nervous.
Okay.
No.
I don't know what you feel out there. There isn't that much. We've just got to keep playing. A goal will come. A goal will come here.
Over the free kick, will it be McCullum or will it be Salisbury? More likely McCullum. Colette McCullum! Oh, wonderful strike! What a brilliant goal! It had the swerve, it had the weight, and Australia have equalised in Chengdu. That's worth a jig or two. Defensive concentration required by Australia. It's a header, it's on target, and it's 2-1. Only seconds remaining, crunch time here for the Australians. Colette McCullum delivers a long ball in. Here's Lisa Devanna. One way, then the other, bamboozling the defence. Cuts back inside, Cheryl Salisbury. It took a deflection, it's in! She's equalised, it's 2-2. And Cheryl Salisbury has scored her most important goal in the green and gold. The Matildas have qualified for the quarterfinals of first ever in Australian football history.
I feel great for the players. I just feel great for them and the effort they put in. They've done well, they've got what they deserve over the 90 minutes, and they deserve this. That's great.
I know I'm one of 11, but you can't help to feel like shit when the ball goes in the back of the net. And thank God I've got 10 more players on my team that can put it in the other goal and finish it off, because I can only do half the job.
My stepmother, the first time I've watched a match all the way through.
Hey, that's what you want. Converting them, are you?
Yeah. Oh, there's some people who've been saying that they're watching the games that have never watched football before, so it's fantastic. So that's what we want. We want more people playing it and watching the games. So.
Shaking, heart was thumping.
Yeah, I think, you know, all the tough things that we've had to endure over the past, you know, couple of years, or, you know, for myself over the past 15 years I've been with the national team, you know, trying to fit work in and, you know, support ourselves and playing, and, you know, all the setbacks that you do have, all that gets wiped clear on a night like last night. And even today, you know, who cares? We're through to the quarterfinals.
I can't believe this, seriously. The chances of us Australians, to score in the last minute, I don't know, it's amazing. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for the team. It's just, you know, being part of another history thing is just so exciting. You know, I'm looking forward to playing Brazil. I think the team is, and I think, you know, we're pretty confident. You know, winning two games against the top two teams. Yeah, we're not scared of anyone now.
I mean, this is important. It's not just a great way for me to see out a major tournament. You know, this will be my last World Cup, so obviously that's awesome. But I think for women's football in Australia, you know, we've achieved a mammoth thing, and you know, the game's just going to keep growing and growing.
So to actually get to the quarters, I think it would have been a big downer for everybody. You know, to get everything in the high and everything on a roll, to suddenly miss out in the last minute, and the ups and downs that we've had over, particularly this year with the Olympic thing and all the rest of it. I just think it's great for those players, and really brought back a huge amount of belief, individually and as a team.
That was a fairy tale game. I loved it, loved every minute of it. And I'm not satisfied with that, though. I just really want to win this next game.
Oh, we're definitely the underdogs. You know, Brazilians have been the best team in this tournament so far. But I don't think they're unbeatable. And again, I think they'll, and I might be wrong here, but I think they'll feel that we are probably not the team that we actually are. You know, I think we've been a little bit underrated in this tournament, as we anticipated, and I think that feeling is still out there.
Originally, what we thought we'd do coming into this World Cup is obviously get out of our group stage, and then we all knew that anything could happen from here on in, and if it's our day tomorrow night, then we can definitely be beating this Brazilian team.
Everyone's got that same passion for the game and the same kind of, I don't know, it's that soccer chick kind of way about you that you just bond really well, and I mean, it is a challenging lifestyle, but I like a challenge.
I'm an emotional wreck all the time. I'm always up and down. I'm never consistent. I guess, like, I really doubted myself. Like, everything I do, I have to do with confidence. If I don't, I'm confident in everything. If I feel confident and I know I can do it, nothing can stop me. So that's just sort of building up now. For strikers, it's definitely pressure, especially, or any person that's coming off the bench. You're expected to do something, and make an impact. And if you don't do that, you know, it just makes you feel crap, because the world's pretty much watching you, and you've been told, you know, when you come on, you can do this, you can do that, and when it doesn't pull off for you, you know, you feel worse, and you already know what the people are thinking, you know, and you already know that, but you don't need people to tell you that, and it just makes your self-esteem going down.
Why don't you believe me? Just to see what it feels like.
It's another night of history in the making. Welcome again to the FIFA Women's World Cup, live and exclusive on SBS. Tonight we bring you Australia against Brazil from Tianjin, China, and up for grabs a spot in the semi-finals.
I'm more relaxed about tonight than I was in the last couple of games. I don't know why, because I feel it's just, in fact, it's the most important game now. But I just think for the players getting over that hurdle to get to the quarter-finals eases a lot of the pressure.
Push the nerves away.
I think people have this, like, Brazil thing at times. They're just another team, all right? They're 8th in the world. We're not playing against we're not playing against the men's Brazilian team, all right?
And the match is underway, the first time an Australian team has made a quarter-final. A long-range effort and a superb strike. Formiga has scored over the outstretched hands of Melissa Barbieri. The Australian captain Cheryl Salisbury has gone down with cramp. Tom Sermanni did say before the match it was Cheryl Salisbury's ability to manage the 90 minutes was a major concern for him. You can see how stretched they're becoming now. Composure needed. Turnover here for the Brazilians, and there's a challenge on the edge of the area. Was there contact outside the area, or is it a penalty? It's a spot kick for Brazil. Marta from the penalty spot makes it 2-0. The World Player of the Year scores. And it's going horribly wrong for the Matildas in the first half. Certainly not aided by the injury to Cheryl Salisbury. It's Lisa Devana 101. It should be a goal for Australia. It is. A huge mistake at the back by Brazil. And the Matildas are right in this. Devana has scored her 4th World Cup goal. It's Brazil 2, Australia 1. There it is, the half-time whistle has been blown. Joe Peters in with a dangerous 2-footer challenge. It's an excellent ball in, and it's 2-2. Australia have scored, and would you believe it? Lauren Colthorpe, swatting into the box, has scored her first World Cup goal. And the Australians have equalised in spectacular fashion in the second half. What a brilliant header. Christiani! What a brilliant goal in such a high-quality quarter-final match. So 3-2 to the Brazilians with 15 minutes remaining. The Never Say Die Matildas, I'm sure, will keep on fighting on as they've done throughout the whole tournament. Roll of the dice for Australia, but it's all over. The Matildas, Australia's first team into a quarterfinals of a global event, but their stunning run has come to an end.
yeah, basically the reasoning behind the academy in the area was just to give kids in the area the opportunity to be coached in a professional, fun environment.
I came into Australia in 1972 and I played soccer in Scotland and I continued playing over here. And yeah, I just love the game, and Heather and my other children would come to soccer with me when I was playing and coaching and training, and they just kept continually playing, and yeah, she just loves the game and it's fantastic, yeah.
Well done, Lockie. Reese. Yellow. Yeah, good stuff, Connor. Orange.
I knew that there was a team when I was around seven or 8, and then a few years later I met Heather at the academy, and we've created a good friendship, and I went to some of her matches and just getting to know her even better and meeting the team. I just love playing it, and I love the ball at my feet and love to kick around and focus on it and score goals and meet new friends. And yeah, my dream is to play for the Matildas.
Are you excited? Yeah? Well,
Amy was pretty excited when she found out you were playing left mid, because that's where she plays.
Yeah. You guys can come up tomorrow. Sure, yeah, of course you can. We're just going to go up to my room.
Yep, great, we'll come with you.
Yeah. I've got all the girls to sign it tomorrow. I mean, this morning for you. So you can wear that to the game.
Thank you. Garriock.
There we go. Signed by the Matildas.
Thank you.
Number 1 supporter. Give me a kiss. Watch this one. Do you know Caitlin?
Yeah.
Yeah? What number?
What position? Put her on the spot.
What position is she? She's
Striker.
the goal scoring machine.
Striker, she got
Good
it.
girl. Yeah, good girl.
Number 8.
Number 8. Well, she used to be 8, now she's 9.
We switched.
Yeah.
She just got confused, didn't you?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Who?
Sally.
Shelley who?
Tina.
She's Shelley. Shelley doesn't wash her hair for about 5-6 weeks. She's due to wash it shortly, maybe next month. It's not being played. We've just got news from our general coordinator that it's no longer being played this evening. It'll be played tomorrow night.
As of about 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, we got the call just as we were getting into the lift. Tomorrow night.
Next Tuesday, maybe. We assume it's tomorrow night, in line with the other games. So after all the protests got knocked back yesterday, and we were told the game is going ahead regardless. I would think.
Should have protested about that.
Yeah.
About the lateness of the delivery of the message.
Exactly.
Sorry about that. Sorry about disrupting the day. Could have done some shopping.
It got cancelled.
It cancelled because of the typhoon in Shanghai.
I'm not good at making rush decisions, you know that. I need a wee bit of time.
Well,
but I don't know where.
All the kit is at the stadium, Tom.
All the kit's at the stadium.
No one's taken to go.
Well, look, there's no point in us hanging about on a bus. We'll head upstairs and then.
I'll let you know.
No, I'm going to ring them now and tell them, because they've come all this way, like all the families have come all this way to see us play, and this happens. They could have told us last night, and most of the girls have spent the whole day preparing and waiting for this. It's not a good feeling, and I'm pretty much a superstitious person, so I'll take this as a bad thing.
Yeah, I just spoke to Dad earlier, and he's a bit shocked, but doesn't really matter. Can't let it get to us, I suppose. I'm pretty cruisy here. Katie's just watching Entourage and I'm just on the net. It's nothing, not really bothered by it. I suppose we're all ready to play and it's kind of like a mixed sort of emotion. I feel pretty drained after today, like preparing yourself, and we haven't even bloody put on our boots yet. But yeah, no, we'll be right. Just concentrate tomorrow night.
Australia's crucial Women's World Cup match against Canada is now just over 10 minutes away after yesterday's last-minute decision by FIFA to reschedule the fixture after fears Typhoon Whipper would interfere.
Dear Cheryl and Tom, Jeanette and I would like to congratulate you and the team on your outstanding win against Ghana and the draw against group favourites Norway in the 2007 FIFA Women's World Cup in China. To have won Australia's first game at a Women's World Cup and be at the top of your group at this stage of the tournament is a great achievement. Good luck for your remaining games at the World Cup and on qualifying for the next stage of the tournament. Yours sincerely, John Howard. It all started on Sunday night. We brought our strips from Hangzhou unwashed because the laundry there couldn't do it in time. So we got them washed here, and they arrived back on Sunday night, probably about 9:30. And Sonia just walked into my room and said, "The strips are ruined." I don't know if you can see, but the name, the colour has run into the shirt. The name is all half peeling off. The number looks okay, but it's actually all bubbled. So the next time you wash it, that will just fall off. They're all like that? They're all like that. The whole, we lost 2 sets of strip. You can't really plan for that. So FIFA got involved, and in the end, I think it was about 11:30 on Sunday night, the general manager from the hotel came by and knocked on my door with a whole crew of people in suits and gave me a formal apology and accepted responsibility and said that they would pay for replacement shirts.
The job was the other motivating force. The challenge of the job and the challenge of international football. Actually, a lot of coaches like a week-to-week type of football. Actually, quite like the international type of football when you have the team together for a period of time and then they go back to their clubs or whatever. So the challenge of the job, and also the way that the women's game has actually gone in the last 10 years. It's really developed enormously, and players have gotten better, the international competitions got better, the sport's got a better profile. So all those factors put together entice me to come back and do the job again. To be honest, I've got a really open mind, and I've been very fortunate that I've managed to jump across from men's to women's and then back to men's and back to women's again. I really don't have any particular preference. There's some aspects of coaching a women's team that is really very enjoyable. I think it's probably because it's not fully professional, you get the real aspects of team harmony, players working for each other, probably a bit in the sense like sport used to be in the old amateur world. So it's not quite as ruthless and as cutthroat, and there's more of a team element to it. So I enjoy that. I enjoy coaching women from the perspective of that you feel that you can make good progress with them. They actually listen much better. They're much more prepared to be open to new ideas and to developing. So I prefer that aspect. At the same time, you do miss the cut and thrust and the ruthlessness of the men's game. There's no doubt about that. So to be honest, I've kind of always been looked at jobs rather than whether it's men or women.
I hope you girls play soccer better than you sing.
All the new technology, seamless stuff and dry fit and all that. Female cut.
Look, give me an honest opinion, is it alright?
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Looks okay.
Nice. Spray more your shirts.
Okay.
Not bad.
Here we go.
Might get a push-up bra, small.
Good on. Medium.
A bit of a low.
Lady card. You're a lady.
What do you reckon? Would you be scared of me?
I would.
What's that, small?
No, it's maybe. Besides this, it's so small.
Well done. Hello, mate. How are you? Bill, mate, nice to see you. Good luck to you.
Yes, we've been 12 months preparing and thinking about coming and what it's going to be like, and here we are, you know, living it now with the girls. I mean, this is what they do, this is their profession. And yeah, Keith and I are really enjoying doing it, being here with the girls and all the families.
Very nervous at the start of the game, but pretty confident. The girls have been really up for the games, I think, so far. So, yeah, I was pretty confident they were going to win against Ghana, but it's going to be a lot more difficult against Norway and Canada.
And this would be the only time, I think, that if we hadn't gone, we could have seen it on television. Because usually we never get to see it if we can't go, do we? So...
Norway, she's just a wonderfully gifted player. That's an excellent ball in! It's 2-2! Australia have scored. Can you believe it? Lauren Coulthorpe, swanning into the box, scores her first World Cup goal.
Two steps up.
And it's lifted over the wall. Crashes into the crossbar.
Are we keeping any highlights or no? Stuart?
Is that danger of burning?
Only second half goal.
Their own making with Sarah Walsh.
Keep all. Oh, what a touch.
Macarthur!
Oh!
Straight into the back.
What a strike.
Barbieri.
said like a catching
Come on!
Oh! Oh!
Is that activity? Nothing. There looked to be contact in the area.
Hey!
Come on. He's going the other way.
What about Lisa? Go yourself, man. Go yourself. 84 minutes. What for? What for?
And I must say, Christine Vick